Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're here with Diva. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So today's pick a card reading is mostly regarding love interest or suitors, or it's like if you're not aware you have suitors and who they are. It's overall more in manifestation for Valentine's Day, whichever time you're watching this, whichever year it is. As long as the video caught your attention and you're meant to watch this, perhaps I'm kind of gonna be honored to read for you if you have suitors or not. Or if you have suitors but you're not aware of, or it's you have suitors that you don't want, also it could happen that way. So it's more a question of how many, I'm not gonna say how many suitors you have, but who's this person? Okay, there's a person who wishes to kind of confess to you on Valentine's Day. I'm not one that's very event focused, let's say, but if ever in your culture it's important or the person wants to kind of confess to you, take the opportunity of Valentine's Day as a situation, a chance for them to kind of, confess to you, or it's like it's a person that wants to do certain stuff, but because of their behavior or actions connected to them is not really encouraging, perhaps. Now, sometimes it is that way, okay? It's just that you need to encourage them a bit more, or make them feel comfortable, or, meet you halfway there, okay? So you have to meet them there. That's one, okay? So you have 6 piles, so I'll show you the piles. So you have pile 1, which is Fountain Tarot. Pile 2, which is Thelema Tarot, okay? Pile 3, Millennium Thoth Tarot, okay? Pile 4 is Wild Unknown Tarot. Ethereal Visions Tarot, pile 5, and then we have Marielle Tarot, pile 6. Okay, so you have pile 6, which is Marielle Tarot. So choose with your intuition, and you can go directly to your timestamps. I could say how many suitors you have, but then again, perhaps I will say it, but I don't know how I'm going to say that. But my main focus was overall giving you an idea of who your suitor is. Okay, so it's not a question of me giving you suitor numbers. It's not really important if you're not really, I mean, for some of you, if you want to know how many suitors you have, I might kind of like, based on how many piles you chose and what energies I'm going to tune into, might be that way. But for some of you, it's like the better it is just one. But then again, if you have like you're stuck in a love triangle kind of situation, it's another story altogether. But this one, it's overall for those who are single, let's say, and they kind of like want to know if there's suitors out there who, is interested in them. Okay, so, and who are gonna like for Valentine's Day confess, okay, like do little actions connected to you and what you could expect from them. Okay, you could expect something as you don't need to, you can't, it depends. But overall, with my numerology, it could also be someone that genuinely likes you. It's like giving a flower to your mother on Valentine's Day. It could be that way. Okay, so it could be more family oriented situation, or it could be your senior that likes you but doesn't necessarily mean there's like that carnal love situation. Okay, so it could overall be several things, but my aim when I kind of wanted to manifest this is to kind of give some hope to some people out there who think that they're not really loved. Okay, it's more insecure vibrations connected to love. Okay, why I'm doing this is because I'm single, but then again, it's not a question of insecurity. It could be, okay, if I'm really like in a certain vibe that I'm at my lowest, or it's like I'm in a more low vibration, as if like things don't go my way, I'm a bit stressed, there's an element of fear, then I'll go more insecure here. But for some of you, it's just to kind of know if someone is interested in you, someone wants to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It's that flow. It's if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, then I'm gonna say, what are you doing here? But I might not read about your boyfriend or your girlfriend. This is more about knowing who would like to Okay, it could be that I'm gonna kind of tap into your boyfriend energy or your girlfriend energy here. But overall, I wanted to give this to people who are single and who might be insecure as they might not be. But then again, there are certain things that they need to kind of overcome so that they can be in a relationship kind of thing, okay? So it's overall that flow, okay? Because recently I woke up to my own arrogance, okay? Like, I'm a very arrogant person, okay? Like, the person I'm here right now, it doesn't seem like it, or suddenly tap into it, sure. But I'm a very, like, arrogant woman outside of my home life, okay? I have a big heart, I know I have, but then again, I'm arrogant, okay? So I have certain, like, not insecurities, but a defense mechanism, okay? So, and I choose to be single out of will, okay? That's the flow. So for some of you, it's just to kind of know if you are loved, okay? Or you are attracted, or someone wants you. But then again, it's not going to really change anything, you know? Unless you kind of want to encourage them to do something for you. Or to kind of encourage them that you are single, you know? And you kind of want to linger and mingle with them. But this is overall for all those single ladies out there, or single men, who kind of just want to know if in this time where Valentine's Day could or could not be waiting for them, there's someone that wants something from them, okay? Like something from them, or like spend quality time with them, or someone that genuinely likes them. They don't want anything from them, they just want to be with them, perhaps. And if they're comfortable with that, that's up to them to decide, okay? So whoever's watching them, you know, there's someone, I'm going to tell you, who wants to be with you. They don't want to ask anything from you, but wants to be with you. But it's up to you to discern or decide if you want to spend time with them. It's always that way. And all those that believe that it's like, oh, I'm not loved, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not really that. It's just, why don't they love you? Because you're not loving them. You're not really loving them. And you're not loving yourself. So there's like a insecurity there of it. Or you're arrogant like me, okay? So when I say arrogant, it doesn't mean that you're not nice, okay? It's not that kind of situation. Just that I didn't know I was that arrogant, okay? Like, I woke up to death, like, recently. Can't blame other people. That's for sure. So a little like pleasure oracle kind of guidance for those who kind of need to wake up to something, okay? Connected to this person as it could not be. Overall, when I'm kind of like reading about oracles, it's not really about the other person. It's about whoever's watching me overall, okay? Or it's about the tarot reader who needs to kind of tap into it. But then again, both of us need to hear it. Kind of flow. And you will decide what you want to do with that afterwards. So guys, remember, this is all entertainment. Okay? It could be true as it doesn't need to be. You will just need to face the reality when it happens, I guess. So just discern and, you know, believe in yourself. You always know better than me, for sure. Okay, if this person's obsessed over you or not. But at the end of the day, it's like sometimes it's important that you also kind of wake up to the fact that if you believe other people are obsessed over you, then what are they obsessed about? Why do you think that they're obsessing over you? You have that much power over them? Perhaps it could be that way. So it's just an element of waking up to. Okay, so do you want people to be obsessed over you? For some of you. But then again, this one is not a person that's obsessed with you. Okay? I want to respect the person who I'm reading for, but I want to respect the persons who are interested in you too, okay? So we're not going to say they're obsessed with you, this one. No, we're not going to objectify these people, okay? You're not an object to be obsessed over. Unless you want to be an object. When I'm saying object, it's like superficial elements. You want to be superficial? You want people to be superficial with you? That's one thing, wake up to. Second thing is that I want to kind of give you a very easy reading, okay? So I don't want to objectify your person, nor do I want to objectify you. If I need to go there, I will go there, okay? If I'm going to talk about obsession here, I will go there. But usually, even if there is obsession, I wish to manifest something more genuine and authentic. If you don't want that kind of stuff, then it's okay, just click off, okay? Or you can give me a try, you'll see if you'll like it or not. But then again, let's center ourselves, all of us, okay? We're not objects, nor are we high mighty people up there, okay? We're human beings with spirit, a mind, emotions of our own, passion of our own, okay? Weaknesses and strength elements to us, okay? Like other people. Okay, so we're all human beings. I'm not saying we're not, but I just want to kind of make it clear that I'm not going to objectify people here. And if I need to, I will do so, okay? But usually we're all human beings. We're not objects. Okay? Okay, so I'm presuming we are ready. And I hope that many of you, if you like chocolate like me, you will receive a lot of it this year. Or if you kind of want chocolate, then, you know, you can buy it for yourself. And enjoy it with yourself. Or if you want to enjoy it with someone, then buy it for someone. Give it to them. If they don't accept it, it's all yours. That kind. So good. Enjoy it. It's all for you. At the end of the day. And for some of you, you're going to accept it. Don't worry about it, okay? That's what I woke up to when I said that if they don't want to, they will accept it. If you want to give someone chocolate, whoever you wish to give it to, they are going to take it. If it's me, I'll take it. But perhaps I might give you something in return so that it could be something to, you know, balance it out a bit. Anyway, that was really good. So for all those who want to offer chocolate, don't worry about it. Even if they don't take it or they take it, it's meant to be. It's for the better. If you need that closure element, you got it. If you don't have it, then there's a new beginning that might happen. New people, new love, new person that you're going to figure out. You can never know a person. No matter how many years you spend time with them, they can always change. And then the person you loved or you kind of are holding on to might not be there any longer. So evolution and change and transformation could all be here, okay? Even if I'm going to read for you who the suitor is, this person's energies for now might not be the same in a year or in a month. Your energy always changes also, be it astrologically or spiritually or emotionally, whichever way it is, okay? So we are ready to start. So if you want to dislike, comment down below, okay? If you want to donate to my channel, my coffee site is down below. If you want private readings, takes an eternity sometimes for me to respond back to you. But when you put the requests, I'm aware of it, okay? I see them, it's just that I don't respond necessarily fast because I need that time to kind of, I don't know, I need the time. I'm the type that takes the time until I'm not ready for the reading. I will not send it to you. And there's no element of I get paid before. It's just you're asking me for that. It's one-sided always. I create the video and then I send it to you. I create a Celtic spread. During the video, I might kind of ground the energy a bit. Like, I will read it if you want. And I'm going to kind of like give you some, it's not tips. It's just, if you want that interaction, let's say, I give it to you before I start touching tarot. Because tarot is a different dimension altogether. Okay, so expect the unexpected perhaps, and don't expect anything when you come to me. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm a human being. Okay, I'm not perfect. I don't know anything. Okay, if you want insight, come see me, but then again, your intuition has to tell you need to come see me. Okay, but then again, remember, you're the person, you're the master of your own life. You're the one who is responsible for your own will, your own karma. And when you give me that much power, when you want me to answer certain stuff for you, I'm not the type of tarot reader that will allow you that power, or no, I want that type of power. I can only give you what I can sense in the tarot. I could give you like things that don't make sense, perhaps. I could kind of like say things that might not be true, as I can say things that could be true. You will be the one that will experience it with me. Okay, so I'm telling you, don't have expectations when you come meet me. And I'm not taking expectations from people. This is over my technique. It's, you read the description box. There's no element of, I don't want to put you in a victim mentality, nor do I want an abuser either. I don't want that kind of experience with people. I just want people to tap into their own person they are, okay? Regardless of how the person is, what you need to hear, perhaps here in this situation. How I can help you out, but then again, I just follow fate and I create the video overall for you. That's what it is, okay? So that's things that I need to mention to many people out there. So I will repeat this as many times as I need to. And you will hear a lot of music about like people arguing. There's certain stuff happening which are out of my control. But then again, I will just keep on going. It's a bit embarrassing sometimes, but then again, this is reality at the end of the day, okay? Like, there's good and bad things in everything, and there's vulnerable things as there are not vulnerable things. There's arguments sometimes, but then again, we need to argue sometimes so that we can state our own points here. Be it we're turning around the same thing and arguing over it or not, we will learn by them. Okay, so I hope many of you will learn, and many of you will accept yourselves, and many of you will love yourselves and not feel insecure about yourself. Even in times of difficult times, may you have the strength to kind of overcome them. Okay, so that's for my intro. It's quite long, but then again, I just want to kind of say, just take what resonates, discard the rest, okay? Things that need to be confirmed here, okay? This is a fantasy land concept, as it could be, okay? I still believe in love, okay? No worries about that. It's just, you know, it's about me loving people. That's the thing. It's not about only one-sided person who is in love, perhaps. It's just how much are you able to love as a viewer here, okay? How much are you able to love someone? It's that kind of question perhaps you will need to kind of answer. Okay, so for some of you, if that question kind of triggered you a bit, how much are you able to love? I'll say, if ever you've chosen a pile, go to Marielle Tarot afterwards. Okay, I'm like looking at white, and I'm like, like when I kind of said this, the white section here popped here. So it's more for some of you, it could be a sign of message for some of you. So watch the pile you chose, or if you chose Marielle Tarot, then just go to Marielle Tarot, okay? I'm kind of looking at it. You might find something there. Could be. Okay? So let's begin. So pile 1, whoever chose Fountain Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy this time. So let us see who's interested in you and who's planning on doing something connected to Valentine's Day, okay? So any Valentine's Day timeless reading, whichever year it is, okay? Whenever you're watching me, if my video is still on YouTube, you can watch it for sure. So welcome. So for some of you, I'm channeling Big Love from Havana. Listen to that song, okay? And tap into the energy or the atmosphere of it. For some of you, listen to the lyrics. Big Love. So who is this man or this woman, okay? So we're gonna more talk about who this person is overall and what they're planning perhaps on doing connected to you, okay? For some of you, I might plan on not doing anything, okay? So overall, it's more an energy of who they are and if you're gonna hear from them this Valentine's Day. Well, you have 5 of Cups here, so I'm not really necessarily feeling anything action-wise. No, I'm not feeling anything action-wise. My back, though, is very active. My back area is very active. I don't know in what way it could be active, but for some of you, like, the back of your person is fired up a bit. Or they have a very, like, passionate nature to them. So you have the pig year. I might be born pig year, rabbit year, pig year, rabbit year, and one more rat year. Okay, so you have rat, pig, and rooster. Okay, so you have those energies, the zodiac signs. Letters for their name is BUD. Okay, Budapest, Hungary. You have MSY, LA, so you have New Orleans, Louisiana. Their name could be Louisiana or it's a Louis. And then you have MKEWI, so Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, so they might be from those places, they don't need to be. You will know. What type of individuality? Okay. Who am I? You have the turtle spirit, which is definitely very wise energy, but slow moving. Justified and ancient. This is the oracle I will need to read for you. And a message for you is emotions are running high, super moon. You have prosperity lies ahead and be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. So for some of you, the message here is that you need to be bold and make the first move. Okay? So if you're a man here or you're a woman, I'm going to say if you're a man, be bold and always make the first move. No matter how uncomfortable your person might seem. Uncomfortable, okay? Yes, uncomfortable. I don't know why. I wanted to kind of take it back, but then again, I'm going to say it. They might be getting out of their comfort zone, okay? Or they're not used to small talk, or they're not used to feel comfortable if people were to go in their bubble. Okay, you have emotions are running high, supermoon. Unless I kind of push you away after the third try, I say be bold and always make the first move till the end. Okay, until you get a yes or a no, a proper yes or a no, or it's like you kind of like tease. It's not teasing, it's like poking a person until their true nature comes out. And I'm not saying irritate them. It's not the thing here. It's more like poke them comfortably, tenderly, softly a bit until you get a glimpse of genuinity from them. Okay, so I could be angry, but if I'm angry, it means that I'm insecure. Okay, so if I'm angry, I'm insecure. So it means that you're working a bit. It's working. You're like, I'm growing on you a bit. Okay, that flow. Now, if it's more like putting you to your place, then comfortably, if there's no anger element and it's more like putting you to your place, then it means that I'm not really interested. Okay? But if it's more anger or if it's more uncomfortable elements, it means that it is working a bit, unfortunately. So you have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So, and emotions are running high, okay? So it's important that you kind of understand that if your person is angry or your person is a bit insecure, it's that there are emotions that are being steered there, okay? So with the turtle spirit, who this person is, it's a very wise woman or man, okay? They're very gentle, they're very soft. It takes time for them to kind of do something. Perhaps they're a bit slow moving overall, but emotion wise, if they are like emotionally they feel right with you, you will always feel welcomed. That kind, okay? So this is who they are. You have justified and ancient. Are you aspiring to make your ancestors proud? How do you embody them every day? To connect to our way back lineage is to fortify our worth, our dignity, and our belonging in a tapestry of time. When we embrace pleasure in the name of those who came before us, we honor them and their legacy. It doesn't matter if we don't know their stories, they live in us. Well, it's true. Then you have action. Our ancestors have a lot to teach us. No matter our cultural and genetic backgrounds, our progenitors knew pain and they knew bliss. They knew the earth, their bodies, and their connection to all living things. They ask us, research and remember. This is more primitive energy, perhaps. So just tap into your root chakra, perhaps. Feel more secure connected to this person. I'm going to take 2 more, perhaps. So you have show and tell and sweetest taboo. Very few of us have mastered the art of aligning our actions with our words. And while the later are important, the former speak volumes despite our flourishes in language. The truth is, showing someone who you are and what you need will happen regardless of our intentions. So make sure you're showing up the way you really want to. Okay. Action. With every gesture, behavior, ingrained habit, and choice, we showcase our self-worth. The way we treat ourselves is the way we teach others to treat us. Can you express your true desires through aligned action? When it comes to sex, lead by example, show and tell. So if you want something, always remember that you have to teach others how to treat you. So you have to lead by example overall. Okay, so if you want kindness, then be kind. If you want love, then be loving. That flow. But you have to be loving overall. Sweetest taboo. Who taught you to be ashamed of your own lust? Who told you there was something dirty about your secret fantasies? We all have a preferred way we'd like to play, but few of us have cultivated the boldness necessary to embrace what we deem taboo in ourselves. Many of us don't even know what our proclivities are. We've never explored our sexuality enough to discover them. step into a truly holistic form of self-love means stepping into a truly holistic form of self-love means glimpsing the bigger picture of your attractions and appetites and embracing it all. Don't let the full potential of your pleasure remain untapped. Interview yourself and let it be no holds barred. Identify your suppressed parts and make friends with them. Date them even. Okay, so it's important to kind of embrace what you think is taboo, okay? This might seem very like perhaps devilish, but then again, the devil will be overcome when you are in the flow of doing the thing that you find is the most sinfulest. That flow. The more you're giving importance to the fact that I should not be doing this, but I'm doing it, kind of thing. But the more you don't want something, it means that the main key elements are where you're kind of going to cover it up, but you don't need to cover it. That's what you need to wake up to. The more you repress it, the more it becomes something that is like high up there and you can't reach it. But then again, arriving there is where all the lust and the pleasure elements are. Okay, so overall, it's more how you can overcome the devil is once you flow into it and you realize that this was never something taboo. It was just something that was taken away from me, or I didn't allow myself to have it. But once I'm in the flow of it, you see that everything is so easy and there's such pleasure there. But then again, you should not look at it as if it's forbidden pleasure. It's something that was always there, justified and ancient. It was always there, just that it was never in your reach, or you thought it was never in your reach, but it was always there. So there's immense pleasure you can tune into, and you can show and tell. Okay, so if you want something, you have to lead by example here. Okay, so you have to teach this person what you want to convey to them, that kind. And be bold and make the first move. Okay, specifically if there's men here and this is a woman, usually in this with me, men need to do certain stuff for a woman to feel like a female, okay? There's certain things that a male could do to make a female feel more comfortable. Be it she's uncomfortable or not, the fact that a man is wanting a woman, the woman will kind of tap into it a bit more and she's gonna feel more feminine there. Because today's society, it's like women are becoming more manly. Okay, that's one thing I can say. I was a leader once, I remember that. It's like females would do masculine things and masculine things would do like feminine things, and perhaps it's meant to be that way, but man, if you're a man here, please, like if there's a woman you're interested in, put the effort, okay? Like put really the effort and show this woman or this man, if you're a man for men, that you are a man. Okay, and I'm not saying this to kind of trigger you, okay? It's not an element of being triggered. It's just sometimes females today crave masculine energy, okay? Because they themselves are becoming masculine. Imagine, like, I'm feminine, but I grew up being masculine, okay? So I never really thought that my masculinity was because I was, like, not trusting males. I needed to trust myself, or I found that masculinity was more important because that's where the economics are. If you're more masculine, economy and business and all that kind of stuff are given to you. Everything is more easier, right? Because if you're more masculine, it's more those kind of energies. But if we're more feminine, it means that I'm more vulnerable and I'm more weak, and it's like perhaps, you know, this is not welcomed here, right? So females need to feel like they are conquered overall. Okay, it's not them conquering the male here, okay? If I'm conquering you, a male, then it means that it's like I'm the male here. You're not the male. I'm the male here. Even if I'm a woman, I'm the male here. And I'm not going to be attractive to you. Because females in general are more like vulnerable and, you know, tap into it. But then again, I'm not saying these are not important in males. okay? I'm not saying that this element is not important in males. I'm not saying you should be more masculine if you're more feminine. But overall, gender-wise here, if I'm a female and you're a male, then you should be bold and make the first move. Okay? Overall. If I'm a female, then perhaps it could be that be bold and make the first move. Emotions are running high. Prosperity lies ahead. But then again, this male you are talking about is very feminine, which means that you're going to be the masculine here. Okay? So, it's completely normal flow. It's just I'm explaining certain things, okay? Because you're going to be the men in the family, and your man is going to be the female in the family. But your men, if they're feminine, then remember that they need to convey that energy. Because there's going to be an imbalance in the relationship. You're going to end up doing everything because you're the woman with masculine energy here, okay? That flow we're going in. Okay, so overall, you will know which energy will be. But if you're the male here, overall, be bold and make the first move. If you're a woman here, then overall, be bold and make the first move. But you're more masculine energy here. Cardinal moon. Or you're more bolder or you're more passionate. And it could be that this is meant to be. This is a man, you're going to be the one courting them overall. Who's this person who's interested in you, perhaps, or you're interested in? But this one is more, who's your person? So I have the Two Swords as the overall energy that shows who's a suitor of yours. And you have inward cards, you have the Temperance card, you have the Four of Cups, and the King of Coins. What's my challenge facing you? So what's the challenge perhaps connected to their personality, this one? You have the Nine of Coins and the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is upright and Nine of Coins is upright too. The reason why this is who I am, perhaps, is the Page of, or this is what I'm planning on doing, it could be, and the Three of Coins. You have the Page of Coins energy here, connected to what type of personality they have, okay? You have the Ace of Cups with the Justice card in reverse. And in the near future, I have Six of Coins. What am I planning on doing connected to you? Overall, I'm acting indifferent. Okay, so even if this is a suitor of yours, I'm acting indifferent. Okay, but deep down underneath, I'm more like bored. The Four of Cups really did trigger me a bit, this one, because I'm kind of tapping into an energy, which I don't want to kind of say, but it's very vulnerable a bit. But if you're a man out there, you're a woman, this is more a person that's bored with the whole situation. Relationships and Valentine's Day and partnership, and it's more like I'm kind of perhaps healing a lot of stuff. With the King of Coins, it's more like I'm a strategic thinker type of person. So it's more, this is a suitor definitely, but they're not gonna do anything. Okay, I'm gonna act indifferent till the end. I will, like, if ever you were to approach me, I will kind of get to know you better. I will kind of show you the love I feel overall. You will feel the love I have for you. You know it overall for some of you. But with the Justice card, it's more like I kind of have a certain strict element to me. Okay, it's more, you know, it's like when you kind of are a bit disappointed with things, and it's like you've realized certain stuff about your life, and it's like disappointing elements, but then again, it's more boredom. It's more feeling empty because you know you can't expect things from people. And even if you were to like them, it's that flow, okay? So this one, I don't know how you guys react with each other. If it's more like there's a third party element, and with the Page of Swords, it's more like, it's like I know what my truth is, but it's like if you're dating someone, could be this person knows about it, but then again, they're not going to do anything about it. You know that I like you overall, but if you want something, perhaps you need to break up with the other one so that you can kind of have something proper with them. Because their challenge with the Nine of Coins, it could be I'm single, you're not. This one. And with the Queen of Wands energy, it's more like the challenge is your girlfriend or your wife or something of the sort. But then again, this one, I'm a bit bored with the whole... I'm fed up is the word, okay? Like, I'm fed up with the situation. I'm healing overall. I know what my truths are. It's just that I'm bored at this point. It's like I'm bored of this third party situation. I don't know where I stand, perhaps, with you. That's why we want you to be bold and make the first move, okay? Even if they're uncomfortable, even if they're kind of, you know, like you might not see it, but for some of you, it's that flow, okay? If you have a third person, then you will decide what you want to do with it. But then again, this person is not going to do anything because of the third party here. Be it I know you are with someone, or I don't know you are with someone. And if you're not with someone, then perhaps that's why we want you to do the first move. We need you to show me that, or show this person that you are single now. But this flow, it's more like it's fed up. It's tired. It's like, it's tired. It's like, specifically if you're a man now here and you're in feminine energy, this one, it does like you overall, but then again, it's fed up with the fact of, it's like, if I'm a woman, specifically in masculine energy, I want to feel more feminine. That kind. Because it's very masculine energy overall, okay? So this one, it's more masculine. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I don't know in what way it's gonna kind of like make reason here, but just take it, okay? So whoever is here, you need to be the bold one and come towards this one, okay? And what they're planning on doing is more like interact with you overall more comfortably, or it's like play with you a bit if you want to play. With the Ace of Cups, it's more the flow of, on a physical level, you do feel that there is love and there is genuinity, perhaps. It's just with the Justice card connected to the situation is that there's justice that needs to be made here. It's not fair, or it seems not fair. It seems like there's no real equal give and take here. It's like, be it I'm gonna flirt with you, you have a third party, like what am I gonna do? It's like, and what am I gonna, like, it's, the situation is not gonna bring me anywhere kind of thing. So your person is already aware of that. Okay, with the King of Coins, that's the awareness I have. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna, like, even if my emotions are serious, you know, I emotionally like you. What is this gonna create in your life? What is this creating in my life? Do I need to manifest this? That's why it's a bit bored energy. It's fed up. It's tired. It's like, where is this love gonna lead me anyways? Forsake me or something of the sort. It's that flow. It's more like, what am I gonna do? Putting the actions there. I'm gonna be the laughing stock at the end of the day, right? Because I don't have a relationship with you. That's why I want you to be bold and make the first move here. You will know what you want to do. Anyways, with the Six of Coins, it's more like if ever you were to kind of give something to me, I'm going to give you back. So that I will not be in debt of you kind of thing. It's just I'm fed up. This one. There's a suitor, definitely, but they're fed up with the situation. Okay, so they're not going to do anything with you. For you or with you for Valentine's Day. And you might know it also. So you know what you need to do for some of you. Okay? And Valentine's Day is not something they like. That's fun. It's not something they enjoy, because if they are your suitor and they know you're not available, then what's the point of like Valentine's Day for me? Person I like is with somebody else. I should just be happy for you guys. That kind of flow. I don't want to forsake anyone here. It's that kind of flow. This one, it's a person that's very wise. They're not gonna like be jealous of the other woman or something of the sort. There's no real element of jealousy here, this one. It's more very healthy person that wants to do the right action so that it's more, there's no real, like, I'm fed up at this point. I just wish things were to be over with sooner or later, but then again, you have no control over it. This one, just wake up to the fact that it's like you need to put the actions there. You need to kind of, if you want something with the suitor, then you need to be out there, okay? So that's it. Now, pile 2, whoever chose Thelema Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So I will apologize if you hear my dad's screen talk. He's talking over something very important, okay? And he has a tendency to scream a bit. But we can't do anything about it. Things are the way they are. So I will just continue on, but I will kind of wish that it will not really, like, bother you guys a lot. So Thelema Tarot, this is more about who is interested in you and your kind of want to know what they're planning on doing for Valentine's Day. Anytime, timeless reading, definitely. So whoever this person is, they are your suitor, and what are they planning on doing for Valentine's Day? So you have the Chariot, which means that I'm ready to face you, perhaps, this one. Coming towards you, facing you. So that's what it means, okay? So the suitor of yours is gonna face you. We'll see. So what is your person's, you have the dog here, you have the rooster here, the ox here, and the last one is the dragon here. Okay, so you have dragon here. What letters could I give you? So you have MSP, MN, so Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. You have LHR, which is London Heathrow Airport, England. And we have 2 more. You have EDI, Eddie, or Edinburgh, Scotland. And Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So MKEWI. Okay, this came in the last pile also. The MKI. What? I don't even remember if I used this in the last pile. So you have March, MAR. Could be married to. You have blue eyes. Number 31. Number 19. You have May. 30. You have gray eyes, June, number 6 or number 9, number 12, and you have October. Okay, so these are the energies of your suitor. Okay, in what way do I kind of plan on coming towards you? It's change. So I want to change things. Interesting. Who am I? What type of person am I? You have the fire and, but this is on a physical level. Do I have something internal? Earth warm. And the snake is internal, which means that I'm very, I'm not going to say calculated, but I see bigger pictures. I can see the details. And you have firefly. Overall, it's a very timid energy a bit. On a physical level, I'm more timid, I'm more hardworking, I'm more like shy and very internal, let's say. But with the snake, inside, it's more like I know how to create or destroy things. I know how to manipulate stuff. I know how to heal, perhaps, those kind of stuff, okay? So you have, these are for you overall. So you have windows to the soul. You have it's your pleasure. We're going to go with those, several ones. You have brooding, what turns you on, and let it be easy. So, messages for you. Windows to the soul. Whether looking in a mirror or staring ardently into the eyes of a partner, erotically charged eye contact is the ultimate and vulnerable yet suspenseful foreplay. You'll be forgiven for thinking that arousal is unlocked through hyper-exhibitionism alone. But from ancient tantric beliefs to modern film theory, holding the gaze isn't just an intimate emotional experience. It can also be a carnal one. Okay? So connection, reciprocity, even slightly psychedelic states. Gazing liberates our thinking brain and brings us into a state of deep satisfaction and soulfulness, physically and emotionally. It's very true. Okay? What to try? Want to try it? Start with yourself, then others. Don't rush it. Take all the beauty in. Okay, so this is a gorgeous one. I love this one. Okay, so windows to the soul. Your own soul as other people's. Very nice. So you have brooding. So life is a series of seasons and cycles where everything has its place and its purpose. Even sadness, even messy, angry mourning, even sulking, bleeding, and fretting. Composure is a myth that suppresses our full humanity. Let yourself feel it all and do it unapologetically. Sound in the knowledge that purging brings relief. Action. They say what we resist persists. How many desires, hopes, and sorrowful moments have you swallowed whole instead of properly digesting? To heal, we first have to give ourselves full permission to feel. Not just the pleasant emotions, all of it. You deserve the inner trust and growth this process brings. Make a habit of feeling all your feelings. Purge what needs releasing, but know it's all okay. Okay, so it's important to do that. It's your pleasure. So who says self-pleasure is any less exquisite than partner play? After all, you know what you like best. This is your invitation to cultivate a deeper sexual relationship with yourself. Ride solo. Develop your own sex ed curriculum and commit to your own full body delight daily. Action. Masturbate joyfully and unapologetically. Take your time with it, develop your likes, dislikes, preferences, and commit to understanding your turn-ons in new, deeper ways. Keep a journal of what you discover. Make pleasure your full-time job, because it is. Okay? So this one, you will decide if you want to do that. What turns you on? So much of our identity formation is determined by a list of likes and dislikes. We know our favorite foods and how they're best cooked. We know our preferred skincare routine and the itinerary of our perfect date. We often grow up perfecting our signatures and even picking our favorite children's names. Action. But what about our fetishes? If you can't instantly list the scenarios, styles, positions, or props of your ideal sexual encounters, then that's okay. We mustn't judge individuals for social problems. However, it is up to us individuals to address those problems. So, what turns you on? Make an extensive list. If you're not sure, it's time to find out. Okay, so what turns you on? Let it be easy. This is what I always manifest. When there's a battle raging in your mind because your inner critic and your sense of empowerment, the only winning move is not to play. To get out of your head entirely. How? Breathe. Breathe deeply, fully, and with a cleansing, grounding intention. Breathe as if every breath contains all life, all the answers, all the ease, because it does. Okay? Action. How does your relationship to yourself need simplifying? Where can you disentangle the knot of aloofness and resistance from your intimate relationships with something as easy as a word or a touch? Don't think about it. Journal it, or better yet, let instinct guide you in the moment. Let it all be easy. May it be. Okay, so for some of you, may it be. Okay, so that way. This is done. What advices do you need to hear? So you have meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. And a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Well, you have those to kind of think about. So what's the main situation? So whoever the suitor of yours is, what are they planning on doing for Valentine's Day? Okay, what am I planning on doing for Valentine's Day? You have the Queen of Wands energy as the main reason. The challenge here is the World card. And this came in reverse also. The reason why it's this way is because it's Temperance card. In the initial, you have the Five of Swords with the King of Wands. Very interesting. Five of Swords with the King of the Knight of Wands. Sorry, not the King. I read King, but it's Knight of Wands. In the middle section, you have the Four of Cups. This is a suitor of yours, though. Nine of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. For some of you, I'm not planning on doing anything yet. I'm not gonna do anything yet, though. You have the Three of Wands and the Two Swords. Like, I want this. I want success with you, but overall, is there any physical cards that I can get? Yeah, the Six of Cups energy. I could spend time with you, but then again, it's like I'm gonna face you for sure. I'm facing you head strongly, but I have a more timid vibe to me, this one. Okay, I'm more timid, I'm more shyer perhaps. I'm hardworking definitely, but I'm more timid and like what radiates about me is what's inside of me more than my looks. Okay, so overall this one is a person that's very attractive, but because of who they are internally, that flow. They might not have sexy features, or they're not really necessarily attractive, let's say, or they find themselves this way. Okay, so it's either perhaps I believe, whoever I am, that I don't have good looks, but I am attractive. It's like, you know, the person that you find very attractive because there's something inside that's attractive. Their soul inside is beautiful. That's why they're attractive overall. But if you kind of were to just judge me based on my looks alone, my face, my body, my the proportions and all, it's not really attractive necessarily. It's the personality inside of your person that's very attractive. And they're wishing to change things, but then again, it's more like approaching you from a, I'm not gonna say haughty way, but like with the Six of Cups and the Queen of Wands, like there is warm love here. There is warm love towards you, but the person is more with the Six of Cups. It's like daydreaming or fantasizing about you. Okay, so will I be doing something with the Six of Cups? I don't think so. I'm gonna be more dreaming. So I'm more dreamy when I'm kind of in front of you, perhaps. I'm gonna more observe you. I'm gonna kind of smile at you, but technically I don't feel like they're gonna ask you out on a date or something of the sort, because for some part it's either I think you're not interested, I believe that you have another person who is interested in you, so I'm not gonna do anything this one. Okay, what are they planning on doing? Just daydreaming, this one, from a distance. I don't know how they're gonna change things, but this one is more a flow of, I'm more dreamy, I'm more like passionate type of woman or man, but in some way I might kind of be spending quality time with you, but there's no real element of asking you out on a date. I will not initiate it, whoever I am. You have to initiate it perhaps, because I'm more timid natured like that. I'm more timid, I'm more shy. I know how to do things, it's just that it's more the flow of, like with Temperance, it's more like the reason why it's doing this is because it wants to nurture herself or himself. It's more like keeping the harmony there. Or they feel more safe and nurtured when they're doing this. Okay, so it might be that they will just daydream and, you know, think of you and smile at your face, or observe you from afar. That flow. Okay, so whoever the suitor is, they're just gonna kind of observe you from a distance. They're still passionate about you. They want to change things, but then again, on a physical way, they're gonna seem more arrogant or haughty, or you're gonna see them this way. Okay, like I'm gonna seem this way perhaps, but with the Knight of Wands energy internal, it's like they are quite interested in you. Okay, this one, it's interested, but then again, it's not doing anything. They're facing you definitely, but with the Four of Cups, it's more like, even if they were to refuse, if you were to kind of ask them out on a date, let's say you were to do that, they're a bit like shy. Okay, so this one, remember that they're shy. They want to change things, but they're shy. They're shy. That's the blockage here. And they worry a bit. or they will observe it, okay? Like, so for some of you, just try several times. If you want something with them, they're facing you. They are on the same wavelength as you, okay? It's just that with the Four of Cups, because I'm very shy, okay? I will, like, if you were to offer it 4 times, perhaps on the 4th one, they will accept it, this one. But you need to ask, like, be consistent over it. Why? Say why with a smile on the face. If you're interested, this one. The suitor. This is a suitor, but it's a shy type of suitor. Okay, it's a shy person. It's more healing, nurturing type of woman or man. This one. Okay, this one. You can impulse, like, not impulse, like, I don't know how to say this. It's like, what do you call that? Act cute, perhaps. You could act cute with this one. It will soften them a bit. If you're bold like that, perhaps I will kind of like, it's too much. It's too much. If you're very bold with this one, it's too much for them. They can't. Okay, it's too much. If I'm shy like this, I will take the 4th one. Because I don't want to, like this one, okay, the blockage could be that they don't want to seem too eager. Okay, so after the 4th one, it's more like you give me no choice, so I will take it. That flow, this one. Okay? That one. Okay, so remember, 4th try, they will say yes. Okay? I just don't want to seem like I'm too eager to be with you. I am eager though, but I don't want to seem like I'm eager. So read between the lines, this one. Okay? And afterwards, in the near future, with the 9 of Pentacles, it's more like I feel more comfortable alone, but I'm interested in you. Okay? So this one, it's that flow. Okay? It's a very dreamy type of woman or man. Okay? It's very shy. Okay? Shy person. But you have to play cute with them. Okay? Like, if you don't like to play cute, you're more bolder, then try. That's not. You have to. I have to feel like I'm not too eager to date you. And if you want, you have to, like, give it to me at least 4 times so that I can take it and not feel like I was too eager to be with you. Okay? For me, if, like, in the initial energies, perhaps it's like, if I'm too bold with you, it means that I'm like, there's something I should worry about. Okay? Like, if I'm too, like, easy, I'm worried about that. Me. I feel like I will be taken advantage here. Instead, if you were the one who took it, who, like, wanted me to be with you, I feel like I'm a bit in control here of the situation. Okay, so it's shy person, but it's a person that doesn't like to feel like they're in love with you. So I might have been bullied, like teased. Okay, it's not bullied term, it's teased. Okay, like when I used to love someone, people used to tease me for that. So I don't like to feel like I don't want to show you that I like you, which is understandable for you because you might want them to show you that they like you. But this one, if I was teased for a long time, I think that my love is, people are going to tease me and I will get hurt by that. Okay, so this one, it's more secretive natured. It's the dreamy type of woman or man. It's the type that dreams and kind of like loses itself in its own fantasy la la land. It does like you, but it doesn't want to kind of show you that it's interested in you, which is a blockage here completely. But if I'm shy, then Diva's gonna say you have to play a bit here. If you want the person, then just play with them for the initial, until you date them and you think about if you want to be with them or not, and then you can block them. This one. But if it's a very adorable person, that's, you know it too, right? But male or female, whoever it is, they were teased when they showed interest. So it's just a blockage. I need to kind of feel comfortable liking you, okay? Because this one, it's more like, I don't want to like you. I do like you. I know I like you, but it's not that I feel weird loving you and having that equal give and take. It's just, I don't know how to explain this, but it's a very shy person. Shy people in general don't think that the love they have towards the person is not welcomed in general. Okay, but if you, like, little by little, they wake up to the fact that it's welcomed. It is welcomed. It's not rejected. They will do it more comfortably. Okay, so just, it might take them at least 1 year if you're serious about this one. Okay, like, it will take them a year so that you can, like, wake up to their full personality, this one. Or they're gonna show you interest more easily. They're gonna, like, close the gap with you more easily after a year of being in a relationship with you, this one. Some of you, it will not be that long, but for some it might be that long, as it could be 3 to 4, 5 months, 6 months in a relationship with you. Even being in a relationship might be, it's like they will, if you want to say, I want to be in a relationship with you, they might say, I might think about it, okay? Because they're not comfortable with the idea of loving someone, okay? That flow. Remember that it's not, I'm not comfortable the idea of loving someone. I do love you. You are the person I love, okay? Or I like. But I need time to feel comfortable loving you, that kind. It's an internal process. You have no control over it. What you can do only is to kind of be receptive to their needs. That's all you can do, and you can give to them. And you can encourage them to give to you. You can encourage them, okay? So don't shy away. You should not shy away from encouraging them to show you. Encourage. I'm not saying force them, nor am I saying you need to do this for me. The more you say that, the more they feel like it's an expectation they have to meet, okay? So the advice here is to encourage them to come towards you, okay? Encourage them to get closer to you, okay? But don't force anything on them, because the more you force it, the more they're rushed and the more it's overwhelming for them. So it might trigger some kind of like traumatic past experiences. Okay, so it's very important to be more receptive, calm, trust yourself, trust them, encourage them to trust themselves, encourage them to, the love is you have to encourage them to show you the love. It's a good thing for you. You have to make them wake up to the fact that I'm not being clingy. I'm not weird. You're not looking at me as if I'm weird, that kind of stuff, okay? So it's very important for some of you to wake up to, okay? If I'm shy like this, I might have a lot of, it's not baggages, it's insecurities connected to my love being reciprocated. So I should not love someone, that kind. You understand? You might not understand it as you might understand it, but the thing here is to kind of encourage them to show you the love they have, okay? It's encouraging them too. It's okay, you can love me, kind of thing, okay? It's okay, I want you to love me like this, okay? That flow, it's very important. Okay, so that's it, pile 2. Now pile 3, whoever chose Millennium, Thoth, Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So let's see who your suitor is. And what are they planning on doing for Valentine's Day? Okay, so what year could I be born? You have the monkey year, the horse year, the snake year, the monkey. So it's a monkey, it's a person that's born in the monkey year overall. So you have 2 monkeys here, the snake year and the horse year. Okay, so you have those for horoscope zodiac signs. Let me give you some eye color or dates. You have number 3. You have April, gray eyes, blue eyes, December, September, number 2, number 3, and February. Okay, so you have those eye colors. Yeah, there's a lot of gray eyes here. Okay, there's gray eyes overall. What letters I could give you? So you have Taipei, Taiwan, Republic of China, TPE. Okay, then you have ICN, so Seoul, Incheon International, South Korea. So you have ICN for nicknames, last names, or first names. TPE and LHR. So this came again. So you have London Heathrow Airport, England. Okay, so let us see who this person is. So you have the spider spirit in reverse. Oh my god, this is a suitor. It's a suitor. And you have moderation. Okay. Messages for you. Oracle cards for you. So we're going to read these for you. So you have the kindred, seeker, holy fire, erotic vision, and the serpent. So let us start. Erotic visions. Are you holding the vision of exactly how you want to feel? What erotic North Star are you chasing? This is your invitation to pursue your most sensual, fiercest, most audacious vision of yourself and your satisfying life. Daydreaming isn't enough though, honey. Equally as important as your unique vision is your plan for getting there. Okay, equally as important as your unique vision is your plan for getting there. My god, the way it's written sometimes I don't get it. Are you holding the vision of exactly how you want to feel? What erotic North Star are you chasing? This is your invitation to pursue your most sensual, fiercest, most audacious vision of yourself and your satisfying life. Daydreaming isn't enough though, honey. Equally as important as your unique vision is your plan for getting there. Okay, so it's as important as your own unique vision, your plan for getting there. Okay, to get there. Action. What can you do right now in this moment to get you closer to living your wildest, wettest dreams? What can you do today, this week? There is no waiting and wishing in an empowered, pleasure-filled love. There is only doing. There is only this precious present moment. So just do what you want to do right now, okay? That kind. So if you have things that you're planning in the near future, just do it right now with your person, perhaps. That's what it's kind of like saying. The kindred seeker. To take the path of the sensual seeker is to commit yourself to forever explore your emotional, physical, and mental terrains in the name of love. You'll meet others on your passage, but not all are seekers like you. Plenty have no interest in self-acceptance, let alone self-love. And those who cannot love themselves cannot love you. Okay? Which is completely true. I agree with that. Action. Make a list of 30 essential qualities you desire in a kindred seeker. Okay, find people who aim for knowledge in all things. Find those who pursue pleasure wholeheartedly because they know the more we each feel whole, alive, and powerful, the better off this beautiful blue boat we call Earth will be. We're all voyaging together after all. Stay safe journeying. Okay, so overall, just find someone who could satisfy you overall. Okay, so this one is 30 essential qualities you desire in a kindred seeker. Find people who aim for knowledge in all things, that kind. You have holy fire. Connecting with our life forces means shifting attention away from the mind and into the body. In tantric practices, our creative sexual energy emanates from our second chakra located in our lower belly and inner pelvis. Heating up this area through breathing exercises requires an awareness and a willingness to renounce the supremacy of neck-up logic. Action. Research the link between the breath and arousal. It's very much connected. Read about the energizing breathing practices found in your lineage, if known. Try a breath of fire meditation. Practice inhaling and exhaling from this lower area rather than your lungs or neck for 20 minutes. Notice how blissful you feel and turned on, I must say. The serpent. In a world that deals in oppression and dominance, empowerment is often equated with sin. Just as Eve was demonished for tasting the fruit of knowledge, so our contemporary culture still finds sexual self-awareness unappealing. But to know thyself is the mystic's greatest work and the lover's greatest test. Okay? The more we know about ourselves, especially as shadow selves, the more we understand the people in our lives and society at scale. Very, very true. What are desires, fears, and drives are you, what desires, fears, and drives are you repressing from yourself? How can you dig them up daily? How would you feel transform, how would your life transform if you embraced and integrated them without judgment? Don't be afraid to taste the fruit. The foods you're eating, enjoy them, okay? You can do many things with that, okay? So food, chocolate, oysters, your favorite food overall. Just enjoying it is blissful in its own way, okay? No matter how people are looking at you, okay? Okay? So win-win outcome is forecast in this case, okay? So this one, we want you to know that there is a win-win outcome here in this situation, and surrender to the divine. You, the viewer, needs to surrender to the divine. Okay, so whatever will happen in perfect timing. And one last one. So sharpen your erotic intelligence. Erotic intelligence, coined by Dr. Esther Perel, means valuing and cherishing your excitement more than you value and cherish the rules. It means seeking the sublime in everyday would-be mundane moments. It means transcending the ordinary through the imagination. Okay? You are the star of the sensual film noir. You are a dashing romantic adventurer. You create your perspective and your grand narrative. So write your own story. Literally, even. Document your present or plot your future. Just don't look to another to unlock a passion only you yourself hold the key to. No one's your mind reader or your savior. Okay? Meet them halfway with erotic as well as emotional intelligence. Okay? Because you know what turns you on, okay? So be it you kind of teach them what turns you on, you're going to feel even more turned on. Your person's going to feel more excited because you're so turned on and I have the power to turn you on. But then again, you hold the key to me pleasing you the way you want me to. Okay, so remember those kind of concepts also. Nobody can give you the pleasure except if you teach them how to give you that pleasure yourself. Okay, so it's important to kind of remember that, because I don't read your mind. Your lover doesn't read your mind. They don't know how to please you, so you have to guide me through it. Okay, and there's nothing you should be ashamed of. That kind. If I'm genuinely the type of person you need in your life, that is, okay? Because if I kind of act a specific flow, it means that perhaps I'm not the one for you also. So wake up to that. Okay? I think we're ready. So what's the main situation? You have the Seven of Cups. I'm the spider though, but I had like the Seven of Cups. I'm a bit confused here. Okay, so we're just gonna open the pile and the Tower card. I'm your suitor though. What am I planning on doing for Valentine's Day? I'm hearing something toxic, but then again, I don't like it. I should read the Seven of Cups in a different manner. But it's triggering me in a specific flow. You have the Two of Wands, which is the challenge here. The reason why it's that way is the Prince of... Yeah, I'm controlling by nature, okay? This one, it's a bit controlling person. Your person is controlling by nature, okay? Having the Spider card there means that I'm very controlling. I manipulate things. I'm very hardworking. But I manipulate a lot. You have the Princess of Swords. How is a win-win outcome forecast here? Okay, so perhaps with the Seven of Pentacles, this one perhaps it's better off if you and I are not together. Okay. So the win-win outcome could be connected to that. This one. But this is a suitor. It's a very controlling suitor. I'm very controlling. You might be controlling too. Okay, you like to control things. So this could be your perfect cup of tea. Okay? So it could be win-win outcome is forecast because you and I vibe to each other a lot. Okay, so it could work in our favor. Okay, so, but the Seven of Cups with the Tower card, I don't know how I'm going to read this, but I'm planning on doing something explosive. And you have moderation there, which is hilarious because it's contradicting the whole energy here. What's the intention, though, behind what they're doing? Nine of Swords. Can you give me something else? Well, okay, look, I'm just gonna kind of read to you what their plan is, but it's not a good plan. I don't like the way it's planned. I'm controlling in general. I'm more manipulative. And what I'm planning on doing is either to blow your mind away and like I need more energy. What am I missing? Who else am I? Okay, like who am I? Who else am I? Hyena. Oh my god, I don't like this. Oh my lord. Personally, I don't like this energy, okay? But this is a suitor of yours. Okay. This one, it wants to play with you. It wants you to kind of put you to a place. Or to kind of make you feel insecure so that in your insecurity, I have more control over you. Perhaps you might be more like a submissive type of woman or man. Could be. Because this one, I'm going abusive energy a bit, okay? So you might be more like a victim mentality. I don't want to read that one. Just gonna go with this, okay? So just forget about everything. I'm just gonna read it in that flow, okay? Because it's triggering for some people to kind of hear, oh, I'm a victim and there's an abuser here. But then again, perhaps this is what you like, or this is the flow you're in is that way. But here it says surrender to the divine. So just surrender to the situation so that you can learn. Because there's lesson to be learned here. And there's a win-win outcome as forecast. So whatever you wish for, your energy, with your knowledges and your own discernment in the present moment, this is what is a win-win outcome for you. So I'm not gonna it's just Diva's perception needs to just go to this flow, okay? So overall, this is a very manipulative man, or with the hyena, it's a very calculative, mocking natured person. But then again, perhaps these are traits that you might like, okay? You will like, okay? Because this is overall a happy ending for you, okay? I had the Two of Cups there. So this is more a type of man or woman that will take care of you, but they want you to feel insecure so that you will be in my trap kind of thing. Okay, so this is the type that likes to cage their lovers. They like to, you know, like play with your self-esteem so that I can manipulate you the way I want to manipulate you. That flow. I'm getting triggered when I'm reading, but then again, I'm not here. Okay, so I liberate myself from this, okay? But I don't wish this for myself, okay? But for some of you, if you wish this, or it's meant to be, then may it be, okay? But this one, I'm gonna kind of like put you to a place. I'm gonna intimidate you overall. I'm gonna kind of degrade you or criticize you. That way I can kind of like steer you emotionally. Why I'm gonna do that is because I'm a very controlling natured man or female. And with the Eight of Cups, it's more like I find love in cases where it's like I control you and you have to be controlled by me kind of flow. Okay, so this one is more that flow we're going in. This is how your suitor thinks. Okay, so they want you to feel insecure about yourself so that I can control you more. That way. Okay, so why I'm doing that, or my challenge here, is to kind of realize that perhaps this is not really perhaps the right way to approach you. Or I should be more passionate, perhaps. If I were to be more passionate, perhaps it could work on you. Or for some of you, I'm gonna do this, but then again, you will misunderstand. Okay? In the initial energy with the Princess of Swords, it's more like I'm gonna come down on you, this one. This one is I'm coming down on you. It could be that I will give you oral sex without you kind of like wanting to do it. It could be harassment here too, but then again, harassment in the form of you will be turned on by it, perhaps. I'm so sorry, guys, but for some of you, this one, if this is not the type of flow you want to go in, just click off this one, because this one, it's specific flow I'm going. And except if you're comfortable with this type, or you're the type that likes to be degraded, or you like to be, you get turned on by those kind of flows, okay? Like spanking and all that kind of stuff. And if it's not those things, it's perhaps this is just me overthinking it. There's nothing wrong with you, though. It's in the form of a lesson. You have to learn this. And you will choose if you want to be with them or not. But if I treat you this way and you're turned on by it, then it means that this one, it's the type, it's very much like Christian Grey vibe. But this one, it's more toxic vibrations. Okay? Like, I have a lot of baggage to release. I'm a very mean-spirited person a bit. I laugh, I take people's credits, like I want to use people in general. People are just tools for me. That flow. I don't have a kind heart that much, okay? I'm not kind. Kindness and genuinity and authenticity don't get really like interest me, okay? I'm more like visuals, I'm more superficial, I'm more controlling, I'm more like the type that, like, let's say it's like, it's the type of boss, this one, that it's like, it's not gonna give you a raise and it's gonna make you work like shit kind of thing. I'm that kind of person overall. Can work for me for 5 years. You might want to ask me for a raise. You're loyal, you work hard. You work harder than other people, for sure. But I control you that way. And whenever you ask for the raise, I degrade you over. Because I say this is what you're worth of. But I take care of you, this one. This is a suitor, okay? Like... It's an abuser, for sure, this one. Okay? Like, I'm not gonna lie to your face. I'm an abuser. But what's triggering me even more, it's like surrender to the divine. It's a win-win outcome. That's for case you. You have a moderation card there, which is hilarious because they don't make sense at all. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. It's more like I'm gonna make you wait. So I'm very sadistic by nature. Okay? I'm an abuser. I like pain. I like to trigger pain, and it turns me on even more. This type's like that. And with the Ace of Swords, it's more like afterwards I will tell you the truth, that it's like I want to sleep with you, and even if I were to sleep with you, I'm gonna torture you till the end. You're not gonna be happy, but if you like suffering, this one, it's gonna be perfect for you. If you want to suffer, you think that you're not worthy of anything, that kind, it's that flow, okay? I don't wish this to anyone, but if this is what you wish for, you're not awake to it, then I hope that you will wake up to it. But then again, if this is what you manifest, or this is what your karma is, and it's gonna give you happiness because you want protection. This one, it could give you protection, but there's suffering connected to it. But if you like feel pain, this is perfect for you. This person is perfect for you. Because I don't know who I'm reading this for, okay? Because for some of you, this does not trigger you at all. This energy, though, triggers me, okay? I can't tolerate someone like this. I can't tolerate. Perhaps I might be this energy, but then again, I don't like to abuse people. I'm not an abusive person like that. Unless I don't know about it, but this one, it's an abuser's, and it's pure abusive, okay? Like, I will, like, play with your self-worth so that your self-worth goes down and I can manipulate you like a puppet. I could be dominator here. I can tell you you're so worthless like shit. I can fuck you like you're worthless. If you seek for that flow, this suitor is perfect for you, okay? But if you're seeking for someone who will respect you, who will make you feel good about yourself, this one is not that one. That's why I'm saying for some of you like degradation. You like to not feel safe. You've kind of grown up in a world where you've always felt safe, and you're seeking to like feel a different flow. This one, they are gonna play with your ego like shit, okay? Like, they're gonna play with your self-worth. You're gonna feel worthless, but then again, I'm gonna make you feel protected technically, but I'm gonna kind of like brainwash you to believe that you're protected with me. You're my baby, or you don't know anything, and I will take care of you, but I'm gonna play with your mind. So I wish this will go to those people that want those types, okay? But this is a suitor like this, okay? I don't want to have a suitor like this. I won't allow a suitor like this. Even if I have a suitor like this, let's say, I will respect them 100%, but I will be respected at the end, for sure. This type. If I respect you, you need to respect me. Even if you don't respect me, I'm gonna, find the way to deal with you. This was, I don't need to face this type, but came here, so perhaps I will need to face, but then again, this one, it's a mentality I'm used to. I can deal with this. Triggers me definitely, but then again, it's a turn off for me instead of a turn on. Anyways, it's not important, but for some of you, this is who is interested in you, and if you want them, then they're gonna degrade you a bit so that they can control you. So everything that you don't want to hear, perhaps. So if you're more sane and healthy, you love yourself overall, this is not a good catch at all. Okay, so I will hope that this one will not have his way or her way with you. But if you're interested in this one, whoever this is, then I'll say perhaps this is meant for you. Okay? But for those who are not really, like, this is not your type, okay? This is, like, not what you wish for. This is completely the opposite of what you want. This one will degrade you overall, but you can deal with them. Okay, you have the will to deal with them. You're strong enough to live without them. They could change perhaps in the near future. They can transform definitely, but then again, I can't make promises because this is a very mental abuser vibe, okay? This is a very abusive person. It will always degrade you. So if you're turned on with degradation, then this is perfect fit for you. But if you don't wish that in your life, then you can deal with them. I'm gonna abuse you. That's how you're gonna know that I'm the abusive type of man or female. That kind. so that you'll know if I'm not the one for you or you want to be with me or not. Okay, so this is up to your discretion. Okay, that's what I needed to say. So pile for whoever chose Wild Unknown Tarot. I was gonna say Universal Tarot, but Wild Unknown Tarot. Let's see who's a suitor of yours and what they're planning on doing for Valentine's Day. Okay, so they're thinking of giving you an opportunity, but then again, I don't know if they're gonna put the actions. Give me 1 second, okay guys? I just need to release the... So who's your suitor? And what are they planning on doing for, I was gonna say Christmas, but then again, Christmas is over because I'm kind of manifesting for February, Valentine's Day. Okay, so any time messages for those who needed to hear it, perhaps you just heard it. Okay, so Christmas perhaps, but this is February we're talking about, so it could be Chinese festival too. Okay, so I know 1st of February is Chinese Lunar Year, so perhaps for some of you, you will get a confession on 1st New Year's. Okay, Chinese Lunar Year, New Year. Okay, so you have the pig again, the ox, the snake, and the tiger. Okay, so these are my horoscope zodiac signs, and I'm just gonna shuffle this. Bear with me for my next other pile because I have 2 other ones afterwards. Okay, so what energy do I have? You have new beginnings. So this could definitely be a new beginning for you. Who am I? What type of personality I have? You have the zebra. Messages that you need to hear. You have sacred senses and time to ripen. Okay, so sight, sound, and touch are exquisite senses. Their effects in the realm of passion are obvious. Most of us appreciate them regularly. It's our other senses, smell and taste, that remain somewhat underrated. Yet both have a crucial role to play in a holistically satisfying libidinous experience. Okay, so action. Scent etches itself onto our memories, which is true. Okay, smells really do impact us. Tastes linger for years after their initiate flavor is lost. Tastes linger for years after their initial flavor is lost. Our senses are sacred, and when tenderly united, they can take a so-so sensual encounter and turn it into a transcendent one. As they say in the psychedelic field, it's about set and setting. Surround yourself with lush candles and sweet treats. Savor it all. Okay, so kind of find ways to, it's like, don't be afraid to taste your person and don't be afraid to smell them, okay? And don't be afraid of your own scent and smell, or your own taste, perhaps. It could be that way. Because it does create a certain chemistry, okay? So time to ripen. In answer to most of life's questions, give it time. Time makes everything better if you observe its passing. Experience makes one wiser if you reflect on its lessons, and aging cultivates a greater capacity for pleasure if you simply allow it to. Like a flower blooming or a peach ripened in the sun, there is so much beauty in how the unfolding of time marks you. Savor it to experience the fullness of life. Curse aging and you deny yourself the pleasure of being completely present in your own life. Getting older is a gift not all of us have the luxury of receiving. Cherish it daily. Okay? So cherish your own beauty, cherish your own life, cherish your own, you know, the moment that you have in the present moment. Focus on that, okay? And what are advices for you? So you have, don't let pride get in your way. Okay, so don't let pride get in your way. I have everything, I think. Did I give you letters? I will channel those myself. Okay, so you have TVSMY B Y again and F. Okay, eye color could be brown, hazel, black eyes also. I'm hearing gray, but I don't feel it that much. And green. Okay, so you have those eye colors. Let's start. So what am I planning on doing? So you have the Three of Wands energy in reverse. So I'm just kind of thinking about doing it. My challenge is the Justice card here. The reason why it's that way is the Seven of Pentacles. In the initial, you have the Moon card. The present moment, you have the Ten of Wands. And the near future, you have the Tower card in reverse with the Emperor card upright. There's a lot of tree vibes here, okay? I'm a very grounded person, perhaps. Zebra energy, it's more like I have a acted cool type of personality overall. I'm very caring. I'm hearing zebras like ooh, 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 you know, like that sound that they make. If you watch documentary sounds, it's very like your person might have his own quirky ways, or he's very quirky or she's very quirky, whoever this woman or this man is, okay? This one, perhaps this one there's blockages, but your person does want to kind of they're gonna look at you for sure, okay? I'm gonna observe you a lot and you will feel the love in my eyes, okay? So if you are strong enough here to come and talk to me and, you know, keep the conversation going naturally, you will have a chance, okay? So don't let pride get in your way, okay? So don't be prideful. Don't praise yourself in front of this one, okay? So if you have a tendency to praise yourself, then I'm just kind of warning you, don't praise yourself, okay? Like, don't say you're sexy or don't say girls like you, because it could be a turn off, this one, okay? I don't know why I'm channeling like a person that was like praising himself in front of me, and I was so turned off with that. So I I don't know if it's a turn off for you or it's a turn on for you, or you like to praise yourself. Okay, like whenever I see people praise themselves, I kind of just channel that. Okay, it's not perhaps me that's important here, but if you want have something new with this one, don't praise yourself in front of this one. If you praise yourself in front of this one, it's not a, I'm not turned on by that. Why I'm saying this is because perhaps for some of you are not aware of it, but if you praise yourself, it means that I need to praise myself in front of it. If I don't have that tendency, because what happens when someone praises themselves, it's kind of like bringing the other person to kind of like look at the person as if like this is a big shot. So I might not have that personality, so I will not think that I'm equal to you, kind of thing. Okay, so this one, perhaps tarot wanted me to just tell you, if you have a tendency to praise yourself, don't do so. Don't do so, because this one will feel like it's not your caliber. Okay, I'm not your vibes. That's why don't let pride get in your way. Don't let your ego get in the way here. I don't know what I'm saying. That's not all of you. You will decide if you want to be with this one, okay? Like, I'm triggering some people, perhaps. This one is just, I'm not saying you're turning me off. No, that's not what I'm saying, okay? Like, I just say that when people praise themselves in front of me, I get turned off by them. That's it, okay? Like, that's it. I just channeled that on top of it. So, you don't need to praise yourself in front of this one. Okay, so if you think that you will look sexier by praising yourself, it's not going to work with this one. This one, they might get turned off by you. It means that perhaps you have something to hide that you're praising. Because this type might be the type that looks at your actions more than what you're saying. I'll just say this because I just want you to wake up to this, okay? I know a family friend that the mother used to praise her daughter so much, okay, that like the more I grew up with them and the more I kind of interacted with the daughter, and I didn't have anything to praise about myself. I had nothing to praise. It's like there's nothing for me to praise. Perhaps I'm really not impressive type of person. I don't have expectations, perhaps, etc. But then again, I grew up with many people who praise their kids as if like there's something that they're very proud about. But then again, when you look at the child is completely the opposite of what they're praising. It's more like, if you observe, it's more like, what is she praising? She's trying to hide something by praising something. So when you're praising yourself or you're praising some people, praising other people, it's okay. But praising yourself means that you're hiding something you're very insecure about. Okay, so this one perhaps has had experiences, or they had grown up with people that always praised their children, or they praised other people. But then again, my mom never praised me, you know? But then again, perhaps it's a mentality element that I have nothing to praise myself for, but I'm still confident overall. I have integrity, be it I praise myself or not. But this one, it's not that I don't have confidence in myself, this type of person. It's not that they're not confident. It's just that they rather see what you have to give them than what you're talking about. Because you can say, this is what you've done, this is what you've done, this is what you've done, and then it's like, you show me the proof that you're this. But then again, when reality hits, the ability to kind of make the decisions or are not there. But you're kind of it's all show, it's just action, it's just words, but then again, it's really not what reality is. So this one, don't praise yourself. You don't need to praise yourself with this one. If you have a habit of always praising yourself, this one, they're not gonna praise you. Okay, so this could be a tower moment for you. It's a tower moment for you, this one. Because I'm more about, show me what your real ball's all about than what you're talking about. That kind. Or I will observe you overall. So And I might like who you are without you praising. So whatever you're trying to hide, this one, you don't need to hide. I will see it. Okay? And if I'm a suitor, I like you no matter you're praising yourself or not. I don't care if you have a PhD in this field. Okay? I don't care if you kind of hustled for this many years in the school environment. I don't care how much money you make every year. I don't care how many cars you drive or how many like buildings you own or stuff like that. Okay? I don't care about objects you have in your life. The money you have in the bank. I don't care about those superficial stuff, perhaps. That you're thinking I care about, perhaps, this one. All that impression element, you don't need to impress me. I already like you, this one, perhaps. But you think that you need to praise yourself with me. But then again, it's a turn off. So this one, I like you the way you are. But praising yourself in front of me will not help the situation. That's why I'm saying for some of you are the type that's like a Leo. If you need praising all the time, I will praise you when I feel the praising is, useful there. Okay, so that's why they might not compliment you that much. If they compliment you, it's very genuine. But you praising yourself could turn this one off. I don't need you to hide around material things, perhaps this one. You don't need to hide behind material stuff. I see why looking at. I don't need my person to kind of show me why I should love them or something of the sort. If I love you with the zebra, I care about you overall. So I'm a more caring type of person, but I'm like more enlightened also. Okay, you have the third eye chakra there. So I follow my intuition and I look internally, and it's like it's very visible to me how you think, how you behave, what you're trying to hide or not. I see those things already. You don't need to hide. Unless if you're uncomfortable and I'm seeing it, it could be a different story. Okay, so what are they planning on doing? Overall, observe you and look in your eyes and want to have something with you. But then again, if you see me having an eye contact with you, it's okay. You can come and have a gentle talk with this one, but don't praise yourself, okay? If you're gonna praise yourself, catch yourself praising yourself and stop there. Say, I like this, blah, 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 okay? Like, or I like this type of person. But then again, you're gonna realize that your person might kind of feel burdened by that. What am I reading this for? Okay, so this one, it's a suitor that likes you the way you are, but then again, if you want to impress them, it's gonna do the complete opposite of what you wish them to do. I'm just gonna read this, okay? I'm just gonna, like, as if this is me, okay? Like, I'm gonna read this as if this is me, perhaps. It's like I'm the suitor here, perhaps, and you're dealing with someone similar to me, okay? Why I'm saying don't praise yourself in front of me, because I'm gonna feel like I have to praise myself in front of you. If I have nothing to praise myself in front of you, how do you want me and you to talk? That kind, okay? So there's more like an element of take the bullshit out of the way. Okay, it's a bit difficult, it's a bit hard. Perhaps that's the challenge here with me. Could be that I will get triggered and you should not trigger me that much. I have to feel like I can be with you comfortably. And you don't have any expectations from me. Because if I'm the person here and you have expectations or you're praising yourself, it means that you have to praise me in front of people. Which means that I have nothing to make you praise. That kind, Okay, so with the moon card overall, what my plans are connected to is more to kind of be receptive to you and perhaps deceive you. It could be deception work here, as it could be me following my intuition, being with you. And with the 10 of Wands, it's more that flow of I feel a bit burdened. Or I feel like I'm a responsibility, or like I put you in a responsible state, perhaps. And then in the near future with the Tower card and the Emperor, it's more like I will be put to my place, perhaps here. Wake up to the fact that perhaps I will be needing to be responsible with you, and perhaps you and I could not be together, so I will get my new beginning there. Okay, so it could be that flow here, this one. Could be that this person is really not compatible with you, okay? Unless you know that you guys are compatible together, but for some of you, there's a flow I kind of woke up to. Okay, so with the World card and the 3 of... the World card means that I want a new beginning. Be it it's a good beginning, as it could be a bad beginning. As if like... bad in the form of closure and a new beginning with somebody else, or a new beginning separated from your pathway. Okay, because this is definitely a suitor that likes you, but they might not know you that much, right? As you don't know them that much. But if you're the type that likes to praise yourself, this one will get turned off by you. Because when you're praising, it means that you need to praise me, but I have nothing to be praised. If this is me, let's say, I have nothing to be praised about. What I can offer you is genuine love. I have nothing else to give you. You have nothing to praise me for. I have nothing for you to praise. And I will need to kind of act like I have something, perhaps, so that I can kind of keep my integrity there with you. The 10 of Wands, I feel very burdened here, because I feel perhaps that I'm like a nobody in front of you. Could be that way. And that perhaps you are better off with someone who can praise themselves in front of you. And in the near future, it's more like I'm waking up to the fact that perhaps you and I are not fit to be together. Okay, because if you are the praising type of person, or you're the type of person that hides behind material things, I might not like that type of situation. So with the Emperor card, it's more like I'm responsible for my own stuff, and you're responsible for your own things. I will, you know, perhaps compliment you on this. But then again, I have a wake up call here that perhaps this is really not meant for me. You are not meant for me. So this one, it's more a message for some of you. You can change the way the tarot is reading. I'm reading this tarot specific flow, but then again, I went in that flow, okay? Because I said this should be me reading. Because I talked about praising and why I don't like praising, but I have nothing to praise, okay? Like Diva, if this is Diva I'm reading for, Diva has nothing to offer you, okay? That flow. I'm not saying this person has nothing to offer you, but if you're the type of man or female that likes to praise itself, this suitor might be turned off by you. And I'm not saying you have to change. That's not what I'm saying. This is the type of man or woman you are. You grew up like this. You grew up believing that you have to praise yourself. Like, it's the way you grew up, okay? It's your comfort zone, perhaps. It's feeling like you have something to kind of show off. I know this. I understand this, okay? But if this is the type of person that has nothing to praise about, it means that it doesn't want to praise itself, okay? So this one, if it's a trigger, it's perhaps it's important key element here, okay? It might mean that you and I are not fit to be together, okay? This one is an element of I will kind of what am I planning on doing with you for Valentine's Day? You might meet me and I will kind of perhaps give you a try, perhaps, or I genuinely care about you, but when you talk with me, it's very important that you don't praise yourself. Because the moment you start praising yourself, I'm going to have to find ways that I have to praise myself, but like I will praise myself, but if the whole conversation is about that, listening you praise yourself, it means that you have so much to hide. That way. This one, it's smart enough to see that you have a lot to hide. But Diva is saying you don't need to hide anything. But if you want, you can manifest a better new beginning. Perhaps it could be that I could go more empowered here. We're not gonna praise somebody, and you will not praise someone, or you will not act like you're hiding something. I don't know who I'm reading this for, but I'm just gonna be genuine here in this pile, and I'm gonna say a person, whoever this person is, has nothing to praise, okay, about themselves. They love, and they're very silent, perhaps. But the zebra is definitely the type that's like, it took me a while to learn what the zebra energy is. But zebra is a very caring animal. It's you have the third eye section that's more enlightened and more feminine. So I'm the caring feminine type of woman or man, okay? And I will love you and I will care for you. But if you are comfortable showing me who you are, but if you're not comfortable showing me inside of you, perhaps I will feel like it's a burden to be with me. Okay, so this one, it's kind of like burdened overall, that perhaps it's difficult for you to do this. But then again, this is not what they seek for. It's a suitor, definitely loves you, will love you till the end, definitely, will respect you. That's why it's going to walk the other way. Because it realizes that, like, you and I don't work properly. We're not a good fit. That's why. And if you want to change, perhaps, you want to change the whole outcome, then overall, instead of praising yourself, okay, instead of hiding, I don't want to trigger anyone here, okay, instead of hiding behind material stuff or like certain stuff, then just talk about things that you genuinely like about, you're passionate about, or things that you've never shared with people, or like get out of your comfort zone perhaps here and talk about things that you've been passionate about. Not praising yourself for your achievements, but like expressing what you like, what you love, what you seek for, and kind of ask your person what they like themselves. Because I'm ready to face you eye to eye. I am there eye to eye with you. I want to have a comfortable conversation with you. I want to be receptive to you. Okay, like I want to embody or embrace the you. That's what I'm going to do in the initial energy with the moon card. Okay, in the middle section with the 10 of Wands, it's more like I will realize to what point you are a responsible person, or it's like because you're like opening up about yourself, I will open myself up to you also. It could be that flow. Or with the 10 of Wands, it's also being responsible here. So I will be responsible to kind of keep my end of the bargain here. So if you converse with me, you're kind of approaching me, I will approach you later on in the night or the day kind of thing. And in the near future with the Tower card in reverse, it's more like I will have an epiphany there that perhaps you could be my partner. Okay, so I kind of gave you a more positive reading instead of a negative one. Okay, the negative one could be a blockage there. Okay, so if you do praise yourself a lot, then it could be a blockage here. Your person has nothing to praise themselves for. Okay? Specifically, if this is me, I grew up in an environment where my mom didn't praise me. Okay? So and I've seen things my own way. I'm not saying it's right the way my mom taught me or how other people used to praise, but usually when I saw things that you praise your own objects or you praise your own things, means that you want to sell it as a tool or as something. It's an object for you. It's not necessarily reality, or it's not something you're trying to hide overall, which is true. When you kind of praise something, you could also, when you're praising, you can also like criticize it too. Okay, so it's more balanced energy when you criticize and then you praise. Okay, it's a more balanced like that. Okay, so but it will not bring you anywhere here, be it you criticize or you praise here. This one, it's like there's a lot more silent energy and a bit more like detachment. Your person will meet you eye to eye, but if you're praising yourself, it's not gonna work properly. Okay, you will know. You have to test the waters with this one. On the second or third one, try praising and see how they're gonna act. Okay, if they don't have anything to praise themselves for and they give you that look that it's more like, okay, I'm like tired of listening, whether or not, it's like it's gonna give them the epiphany that perhaps you and I are not fit together. And if your whole family is about praising, then definitely this one. I have nothing to be praised about. And if people praise me, I feel uncomfortable. Imagine. Which is true. I don't like to be praised. I like to be appreciated, definitely, but not praised. There's praising, it's more like it's a curse element for this one. Okay, so it's like if you're praising me, it means that it's either you want to use me. It's a different mentality. It's completely different. It's like it's that kind of flow. It's a illuminated element that I tune into, but then again, I'm a bit superstitious. Perhaps it could be that way. Okay, because sometimes people tell you, oh, you're the best, but then again, they want to use you to the fullest potential, and you being a fool a bit, think that you're really appreciated. That's why they're praising you. It's like an ego boosting. But then again, ego boosting never brings you anywhere. It doesn't. With my experience, at least. Okay, so that's the flow. Okay, so I'm hoping that it resonated for some of you. Don't praise yourself in front of this one. Okay, like if you have a tendency to do that, just remember that when you're meeting this one. Okay, because I might have nothing to praise that way, and if it's not meant to be, then this is really not your type of person. You're gonna do them a blessing. Also, being yourself with them is good. Okay, so if you're the praising type, be yourself overall. Okay, but whether or not, I'm gonna wake up to it. Okay, so be it I warned you not to praise yourself, you have to be yourself with them, and nothing will, like, even if you don't do it, perhaps because it's part of your personality, it's part of your routine. Okay, it's part of your family environment, perhaps. I will wake up to it. Okay, so I will decide at the end. Okay, if I want to be with you or not. But then again, remember, guys, I'm not just gonna, like, the fact that you're praising is talking about many things about what type of person you are. Okay, that's why I'm telling you, I'm empowering you to kind of like, instead of praising yourself, talk about things that you're interested about, like what you're passionate about, what are your hobbies, what do you like doing the most, and it's like, you know, your insecurities or thing you're not good at. Okay, like talk about these kind of stuff more. Okay, so that I will look at you as if you're a human being and you're not someone I have to please and impress. Okay, but if you're the type of person that wants to be impressed, you have expectations like that, or you have standards like that, this one unfortunately is not your type. Okay? Because my personality type is very eccentric. Okay? And I have my own flows that way. Okay? But I'm interested in you overall. But I need to know you better too, right? I need to know you better. Okay? So that's it, pile 4. Now, pile 5, whoever chose Ethereal Vision's Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So let us see who's your suitor and what they're planning on doing for Valentine's Day. Okay, so pile 5. We're ready. Let's see what year were they born. Okay, what zodiac year they're born. You have the rat year. You have the dragon year. You have the snake year. And you have the rabbit year. So rabbit, snake, dragon, and rat. Okay, so you have those zodiac signs. Letters I will give to you is letter I, letter O, letter C, letter G, letter U, E. Okay, letter E. So you have February, you have amber eyes, you have gray eyes, you have blue eyes, you have September, April, blue eyes again, November, and number 12. Okay, so 12. So let's see what type of perseverance with adventure. Okay. Teaching and learning. Okay, so teaching and learning, definitely that comes hand in hand. Who am I? Okay, who's this person? Who's your suitor? You have octopus. Messages. You have memento mori and divine imperfection. So radical aliveness is an antidote to the unremarkable and ordinary. Stepping into this embodied state is the quickest way to an intensely pleasurable life. What is radical aliveness? It's remembering that, as Mary Oliver said, you have only one wild and precious life, and that every day brings us closer to death, which is true. So live fully, openly, and in commitment to your enjoyment. Have a hidden fantasy you secretly want realized. Do you have one? Okay, explore it. Want to have a certain way? want to feel a certain way, chase that feeling. Life is your free continental buffet breakfast and you only live once. That we know of. Make sure to taste everything. Be hungry for life, perhaps, that way. And you have divine imperfection. You have a right to feel at home in your body by any means. You have a right and a responsibility to breathe and appreciate the pure life flowing within you, your blood pumping, your extremities moving, all of it. Even if your body often fails you, even if it doesn't feel like yours right now, even if it's laden with aesthetic flaws, you are alive. Imperfectly so, that's what makes it so raw and real. Okay, want it or not, it's true. Everything beautiful and romantic about life is transient, impermanent, and imperfect. The asymmetrical limbs of a tree are poetry. So too is your sacred, wondrous, physical vessel. Gaze at it, touch it, sense its poetry, treasure it. Okay, so do those things. It's very important. For some of you, it's definitely very important quotes here, but it's up to you to decide if you want to kind of embrace those. Okay, so cut the cord. As desiring emotional beings, we all have the capacity to be toxic. The trouble starts when we're caught up with someone who believes that they don't. Okay? Someone who has no desire to grow or to encourage another's growth. You cannot make these people change. You cannot rush their growth. Rosebuds forced open will only be destroyed. So sooner or later, life asks us to burn a bridge or conduct a ritual to cut an energetic cord. In these times, search deep within and ask yourself if this person is restoring your energy or draining it. Okay? The latter is parasitic in nature. This isn't your hill to die on, angel, it's theirs. Okay, so other people's expectations are always other people's expectations. If the other person's expectations are harming you or are against what you kind of do, and there's no real element of, giving each other enough space to change, then completely this is really not good for you in some way. Okay, so you could also kind of look at it in the form of if you want to challenge yourself and if you want to overcome certain things, you can take it, but other people's expectations are not necessarily your own expectations. Okay, and expectations usually never brings you anywhere. As per me, it never brought me anywhere. Okay, so that's divas. But if you're a different person, then that's the way. Okay, so believe in the impossible. You have blue moon and adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. So adjustments are required for sure. And you have believe in the impossible. Could be on your end adjustments as it could be on their end. Sometimes it's good to change, but it's only if you wish to change for a certain reason. Okay, so I'm the type of person, Diva is going to say, that I encourage you to change when you feel comfortable changing. You have that element of, even if I'm afraid of this, I want to face it. It's willingly done, it's going to be better. Okay, sometimes, unfortunately, you don't have a choice and you will have to change. Depends on the condition it is. But this one is believe in the impossible and adjust. Adjustments are always required for everything. You're going to have to adjust, be it it's connected to a person or not. It's an influence of another person, and it's your own influence also, which you have to remember also here. But overall, just know that nothing comes for free. There's always a price to pay, and I'm not talking only currency-wise. The price could be connected to the adjustments. Okay? That's the flow. So now let's see what I'm planning on doing. So you have the Four of Wands energy, which is more like ask you to marry me, this one. So this one is more an element of challenge. Here's the King of Pentacles. So perhaps you are married, so I need to know. The challenge here is to be your husband, perhaps. Yeah, the reason why is that way is to have the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil card. This one could be that you guys are already married, and what I'm planning on doing this, you know, you guys are perhaps living together, but then again, they might propose this one. Okay, so, be it I'm gonna propose or I'm gonna kind of have the Tower card. Tower card came in practically all my piles. It's unbelievable. They have the Queen of Cups. And then in the near future, you have the Three of Swords. So this one... Am I married? 1 second. Not to you though. Am I married to someone else? It's either I'm married or I'm kind of like, I'm single and I want to found a family. Okay. This one we're gonna go because you will know if I'm single or not, okay? So for some of you, I'm gonna read several energies, but first off, I just want to manifest this for single people. Whoever's single here for a single person, the person does want to get married to you, okay? The reason why they want to get married to you is because they see you as a very reliable person. They see you as someone they are very, very attracted to. With the Two of Pentacles, it's more the flow of, I want to give you a try, okay? I want to try managing this, and I want to kind of like take things in a more serious manner. Like that. My challenge is to get married to you overall because I have the King of Pentacles and I have the reason why it's the Queen of Pentacles. In the initial energy connected to what I'm planning on doing for Valentine's Day is to kind of find the courage to like give this opportunity a chance, okay? So I'm thinking about doing these. In the middle section with the Tower card and the Queen of Cups, it's more like swallow my pride here and show you that I am interested in you. I'm possessive over you, or I have emotions towards you. Okay? And in the near future with the Three of Swords, it's more like make sure that this information is spoken to you and you're not indifferent about it. Okay? So there's that flow, this one. Then the second one, this is more about what they're planning on doing for Valentine's Day is to kind of take you out for dinner, or there's a wedding involved here. Oh my god. Crocodile energy it is, definitely. I'm more like okay, like my personality is quite intimidating. Okay, but on a physical level, I'm more intellectual type of person. I'm more emotionally but okay, the crocodile is the sacral chakra. Okay, it's the sensual universe. It's a very gentle person. Okay, crocodile mothers are the most gentlest mothers. Okay, like crocodiles are protected in their mother's mouth. Okay, like their mothers, the crocodiles are very, very gentle with their eggs. Okay, if you've ever watched it, such love, genuinity, and protection. It's like you'll be shocked that a crocodile is this gentle towards their baby. Okay, so it's a very protective, it's very preserving, but it's a very sensuous person deep down. Okay, I'm very sensuous. I have a certain like intensity to me that is unparalleled to other people. Okay, so it's a person that's like very emotional. Okay, but they kind of protect who they're emotionally interested in. Okay, so I could be a stalker for some of you, as I don't need to be. Okay, you will know only, but I have certain things that are secrets. Okay, and I know how to survive, and I'm very primitive, and I have good intuition overall. Okay, that flow. And with the octopus being on a physical level, what I look like is that I'm very intelligent emotionally, and I'm able to like fit anywhere I want. Okay, so if you've seen octopuses, like they can go in a cup. That's what I channel now. So I can blend very easily with people, but then again, doesn't necessarily mean I'm stupid inside. I know how to read people's emotions, etc. Okay, I'm that type of woman or man. Okay, so this type of woman or man is interested in you. So they're very attractive. They find you very attractive. They don't understand why they're attracted to you, perhaps, but they like you a lot. They have a lot of sexual attraction towards you. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's more like they see you as a perfect fit for their wife or their husband situation, and they kind of find you to be able to manipulate the whole situation, getting married to them. Trying to kind of go in a flow where they're married, but then again, this is not it. This is more like, I wish to get married to you. There's a church here, and there's like an angel, and it's like definitely like a happy situation. This is the reading. I'm sorry. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, I'm not sure if I can go the other way. There's a church here. So go to the church with you, but then again, get married to you or propose to get married. I don't know what these like adventure, teaching and learning is about. Then again, perhaps I do admire you as a teacher, or like I learned from you, and perseverance. But this one, it's more of a person that's sneaky, but then again, I can't say they're sneaky, okay? They're very good with people's emotions, okay? So this is that flow. I'm so sorry. I wanted to kind of give you another energy, but then again, it's like I'm not feeling it, so I'm not gonna give it. It's gonna be more like third-party situations, but then again, it's not. No, it's not that. I'm sorry. Like, you just read it the way it needs to be read. Okay, so if you came here with a third party in mind, I don't know if I'll divorce. There's no real divorce here, okay? It's just a more happy-go-jolly vibe, even though it's more serious. Okay, so just know that on your end, perhaps you need to adjust, but for some of you, it could just be like celebration. But there's still a church there. So take it whichever way it is, okay? So if you kind of didn't think that I manifested the energy properly, you can reread it yourself by watching it again, but just read you yourself. Don't listen to what I'm saying, but just look at the cards that I'm kind of like channeling and what those cards mean for you. Perhaps you could find some answers there. But for those who are not single, I can't do the reading. So you will have to do the reading on your end. Because there's no, like, I'm talking about a church. We're going to go to a church. It's either I'm going to ask for a divorce in the church, and I might kind of want to, like, the whole situation is going to be like, you can't divorce this person, and there's going to be a Three of Swords energy at the end. So if it's a more marriage situation, it could end up more negative flow, this one. Say if you're married and it's like, I can't be with you, but I desire you and I want to juggle this. Could be that flow. Okay, I'll just release it perhaps. It's more like with the Four of Wands is that I want to spend Valentine's Day with you. Why? Because I desire you. I find you very attractive, or you're a married woman. You're a single woman perhaps, this one, but no, it's a married woman you are. And with the Two of Pentacles, it's perhaps that I want to kind of manipulate the situation. My challenge is your husband, or my challenge is to use you. But I don't like the flow I'm going in. Okay, this one, it's like, you will know if I need politics or I need business contract from your husband, and I will kind of videotape our interaction together so that I can kind of blackmail your husband to give me money. It could be that flow also. If your husband is a multimillionaire, you will know if I will do those things. Okay, so just be extra cautious if you were to sleep with this one and you're a married woman. If you don't really care about it, or you're a married husband. But this one, it's more like your challenge is your husband. In the initial, it's more a flow of what I was going to do. It's more like you had the Eight of Cups energy with whatever it was with it. I don't remember what came with the Eight of Cups, but it's more like wishing to kind of like make you forget about your husband so that you can get married to me. Perhaps it could be that flow, as it doesn't need to be. In the middle section, I don't remember what it was. And then at the ending, the Three of Swords. So there's a, like, you're going to get hurt in this situation, or I'm going to get hurt in this situation. Or I'm hurting because you're not mine kind of thing. Okay, so you will know if it's that flow for some of you. Okay, and for some of you, just be careful if your husband is a multi-millionaire and this is a guy who's kind of flirting with you, and you know that they might have like wanting something from your husband, or they don't want anything, it's just undercover. Then just be careful when you're sleeping with them, okay, during Valentine's Day. Do they have ulterior motives towards you? And I'm very good with reading emotions, so I could be a very good seducer, okay, that kind of flow. You will know. I gave you a very good one, as I gave you something like more wishy-washy, but then again, I was not gonna manifest it, but I still did so for some people out there. Okay, so that's it. That's all. Okay, so you had the answer there. Okay, so that's it. Pile 5, now pile 6. Whoever chose Marielle Tarot, whoever was attracted to this one, let us start. So this is the suitor you have and what they're planning on doing for Valentine's Day. So who are they overall, and you know, what are they planning on doing?